Now we have to do adjustment drawings in goods. So first the meaning of drawings in goods should be clear. What is the meaning of drawings in goods? That the proprietor had withdrawn some of the goods for his personal consumption from the business. Now, second thing is, what will be the journal entry for drawings in goods? Can you tell me the journal entry? So the journal entry, yes, journal entry will be drawings account debit, to purchase account, because you are withdrawing goods. That's why purchase account will be credited, because the use of the goods has been changed. Earlier they were purchased with the intention of reselling and earning profit, but now that goods which have been withdrawn, the use of that goods has been changed. That's why it will not be treated as purchase, so that your purchase expense will go down. Now there are two parts of this adjustment. So drawings account is a personal account, and because it is a personal account, it will go to the balance sheet. And you already know that we always deduct drawings from the capital account. So drawings will be deducted from capital. Then second thing is purchase. Purchase, because you are crediting purchase, so it will be deducted. Drawings will be deducted from purchases. I hope this adjustment is clear. Now the next adjustment is deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure. Now what is deferred revenue expenditure? First thing is, we should know the meaning of deferred revenue expenditure. And the meaning is that first it is a revenue expenditure. Now we should know the meaning of revenue expenditure. The benefit of which is consumed. Benefit is consumed within a year. Within a year, that is termed as revenue expenditure. If the benefit is for long term, then it is termed as capital expenditure. That we have discussed in capital and revenue chapter. Now, but there is a certain difference between revenue expenditure and deferred revenue expenditure. That its benefit is extended for more than 1 year. More than 1 year. So whatever expenses you are writing in your trading account and profit and loss account, like salary, depreciation, provision for bad debts, carriage outward, motor repairs, rent and insurance, interest on bank loan, these all are your revenue expenditures. But the thing with deferred revenue expenditure is that it is revenue expenditure but giving you benefit for more than 1 year. Now the point is that if I paid salary for this year, I have written my salary in the profit and loss account debit side. But if I have paid for some deferred revenue expenditure, I have made some expense which is of nature of deferred revenue expenditure, then that cannot be technically written in profit and loss. The whole amount cannot be written. That's why that revenue expenditure is deferred to be transferred to profit and loss account. That's why it is named as deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred transfer to profit and loss account. That's why it is termed as deferred revenue expenditure. Now I will give you one example. Suppose advertisement I have done, and you all know that huge expense is there in advertisement. Suppose I take an example of small amount. Suppose 50,000 I have incurred on an expenditure, and its benefit period, which I feel, is 5 years. Its benefit period is 5 years. So obviously, this advertisement will work for me for next 5 years, and for next 5 years, I have made one-time payment. I have incurred one-time expense of rupees 50,000. So what I will be doing, I will be dividing this expense in 5 years. So 1 year expense will be how much? One-year expense will be 50,000 divided by 5. It will be 10,000. Now what I will do, in the first year, when I will be preparing my financial statement, however, this is my expenditure. This advertisement is my expenditure. Even then, I will not be writing this expenditure in trading and profit and loss. I will be writing it here. Advertisement. Deferred revenue expenditure will always be written in the balance sheet. First point is this, keep it in mind. Deferred revenue expenditure will always be written in the balance sheet. If anything which is not clear, let me know that. Now, in adjustment, you will find that question will tell you that you have made this expense for 5 years. You have made this expense for 5 years. Question will tell you this time. So that way you will calculate your 1 year expense that I have calculated 10,000. This is the adjustment which I will be getting. That I have to transfer the amount of expense for the current year in the profit and loss account. Now what will be the journal entry for that? First thing, the journal entry will be profit and loss account debit to deferred revenue expenditure. This will be the journal entry. Now here we have taken example of advertisement. So I will be writing here advertisement. So 1 year expense, how much I am treating? I am treating 10,000 as my 1 year expense. So in profit and loss, I have transferred only 10,000 for the current year expense. So what I will be doing in profit and loss, first I will be writing here to advertisement 10,000. And now because see, I have reduced the advertisement account. I have credited the advertisement account here. That's why now my deferred revenue expenditure will get decreased. So here I will subtract it. Written off. It will be called written off. So 10,000 I will write it off. And rest of the part. Now what is the amount of rest of the part? It will be 40,000. This will be postponed. Writing of rupees 40,000 has been postponed, has been deferred, because this is a this is an expense for future. It will be giving me benefit in future. So next year again I will be writing off 10,000, same way as I have done now. Next year again I will be writing 10,000. So each and every year this balance will go reducing. Will be reducing every year by 10,000. And in 5 years it will be completely written off. It will become zero. So now I hope the meaning of deferred revenue expenditure and how we make an adjustment of deferred revenue expenditure, this is clear. If anything which is not clear, let me know that. So how you will be presenting it? You will be writing in profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit side, you will be writing deferred revenue expenditure. And then second one, in balance sheet, you will be reducing it. Balance sheet, reduce it. Yes, please message me whether this adjustment is clear or not. By amount. See, when I'm explaining, you may feel that it is clear, but the moment you will sit for making these adjustments, you may get confused. So until and unless you will listen them properly again and again, and you will practice them practically from the books, from the questions, you will not be proficient with these. So to be proficient, you have to practice a lot, you have to listen them again and again. If logics are clear, then only you will be able to attend so many adjustments. Otherwise, it is very difficult to remember them. Okay. Now, I will cover a very small adjustment because time is less, and these adjustments I will be explaining in detail tomorrow. So that's why I am taking this adjustment. This is a very simple adjustment. Goods purchased but omitted to be recorded. Now, first thing is meaning of what is goods purchased and omitted to be recorded. That you have purchased goods, meaning is, and you can get any adjustment for such omission. It is an example only. So meaning is that you have done a transaction in which you are purchasing goods, but you forgot to record the purchase transaction. You forgot to record the purchase transaction. Same way I can give you any transaction that you have forgot to record it. So now if I want to record the purchase transaction, what journal entry I will be doing? First tell me. So what will be the journal entry for recording this purchase of goods? Journal entry will be purchase account debit to, either it can be cash purchase or it can be credit purchase. Because name is not given, that's why it will be a cash purchase. Simply it is stated goods purchased. If it is said that goods purchased from X has been omitted, so then obviously the entry will be purchase account debit to X. And X is who? X is our creditor. So that adjustment will affect creditor's account. Now due to this transaction, what is happening? See the effect of this transaction. So first part is purchase account. So my purchase is an expense. Purchase is an expense and it is a nominal account. So my purchase will increase. My purchase will increase. So here in where I am writing purchase, I will be doing adjustment. I will add up. I will add it up. omission. I will write here omission so that I will be able to understand that this entry was omitted. Then in second part what I'm doing, I am crediting the cash account. What type of cash account is? What type of account cash account is? What type of account cash account is? Yes, it is a real account. And if it is a real account, then what type of balance cash account has? If it is a real account, then what type of balance cash account has? Yes, it has debit balance. Yes, very good. It has debit balance. And I am crediting cash account in this entry. However, the cash account has debit balance, but I am crediting cash account in this entry. So due to this entry, cash account balance will increase or decrease? Cash account balance will increase or decrease? Yes, it will decrease. So it will decrease because you have paid that cash. Same way, if suppose this is a credit transaction, then here you will be writing creditor account, and creditor account is a personal account which already have credit balance, and you are also crediting a creditor. So due to that transaction, what will happen? Your creditors will increase. Your creditors will increase. So try to be logical with the accounts, and then you will be able to justify the decision which you are making. Now, what is the presentation part of this transaction? So one part I have shown that you will increase your purchase, and second part is that you will decrease your cash. So here in cash in hand, what I will be doing, I will write first the amount in the inner column, 8,100, and then I will decrease it minus purchase. You can write, suppose purchase amount is 2,000, and then after deducting it, I will present the rest of the amount outside column. 6,100. So here I will be adding 2,000 in the purchases. I will be subtracting 2,000 from cash. This way you will be recording this adjustment. So it can be given for any transaction. Like I can say goods sold but omitted to be recorded. I can say cash received from Z but omitted to be recorded. So means many omission transaction I can give you. Carriage inward paid but omitted to be recorded. So it can be converted into as number of transaction as you have learned in the chapter journal. Now only how many adjustments left? Manager's commission, capital expenditure treated as revenue expenditure. See, this one is also omission transaction. Try to do it on your own. And sale of goods on approval basis. Three major adjustments are now left that we will be discussing tomorrow, and then the chapter will be over. But it needs a lot of practice, numerical practice, written practice, concept revision practice. Only then you will be able to grasp the concepts properly. And this chapter is very, very important for the 12th class syllabus. Your whole 12th class syllabus is depending upon this chapter, knowledge of this chapter. If you face any query, if you want to ask any query, then please ask it.